Hello, my name's Liam SR, and today what I'm going to do is give you some of my controversial wrestling opinions. So some things that I think about wrestling that are like, if I said it in a room full of fans, I'd most probably get people going, "Dad, you can't say that, Dad, you can't do that, you just can't do that." I'd probably get that. But no point in standing around talking unless it's about what the video is about. So I'm going to tell you straight away my first controversial wrestling opinion, and that is that all three members of the Shield, being Dean Ambrose / John Moxley, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns, I don't think any of them are actually convincing superstars. Like, I don't think any of them are truly unique. I mean, Seth and Roman pretty much look similar, same kind of vibe, and John Moxley went to AEW, and I've not really heard much about him since. Like, the whole thing for John Moxley is that he just bleeds. I think you could have put many other people in that position of the Shield when it first showed up, and I think you'd have the same result. I don't think those three guys specifically did anything spectacular that you couldn't have replaced them with other people, or just like replaced one or two with other people, and it wouldn't have been the exact same. It's sort of the opportunity was just given to them. They weren't like, yeah, I think you could sort of argue that they've done well and they've gone on to build careers and build legacies that will probably go down as legends, because they are legends. But was it so much them themselves or just the opportunity they were given? That's all I'm saying. Like, you could have put John Morrison in the place of Seth Rollins and you'd probably got a similar result. You could have put like many other superstars into those spaces and you'd have probably got a similar result. You know, it just controversial. And leading up to that, my other controversial wrestling opinion is that Seth Rollins has got progressively worse the longer he's been in WWE. I used to love Seth Rollins when he was in The Authority and he was the sneakily heel that had all the belts. I loved Seth like that. The whole like, oh, I don't like it at all. I just think it's corny. I don't ever. So like, if I miss watching the wrestling live, I will go on and watch the highlights. Do I ever click a Seth Rollins highlight? No. I have recently, only because of Shinsuke Nakamura, because this whole like Japanese mob boss thing is great. I love Shinsuke, but I don't know, something about Seth Rollins' character, the whole like dressing flashy, going when he walked to the ring, it doesn't suit him. It just doesn't suit him. It's getting like to a point where it's like, we get it, you know, you're different, but you're not better. You're not better. You might be a great wrestler, but you're not a better character than you were then. You know what I mean? And people watch wrestling for the characters. That's just how it is. My next opinion, and it's so much more like a stance than an opinion, is that they should just leave some of the old records alone. Have you ever noticed that progressively what they're doing is all the old records that were held by like the likes of Ric Flair, Honky Tonk Man, are just being taken over by modern superstars? And I get that you want to put new faces onto the records, but why? Why not just leave some as they are? Like, obviously, Gunther has took over as the longest Intercontinental Champion. I guarantee within the next year or two, John Cena or Randy Orton will be taking over the Ric Flair title runs. New Day are the longest reigning champions, tag champions. And they're doing it, and it's so predictable. You notice that the characters had the belt for so long, and you just think, oh, that's it then. They're going to become the new longest reigning, aren't they? And I think the only one they're not going to beat is the world title one. I don't think they're going to have Roman hold it for another few years, like Bruno Sammartino did, because why would you? It's a different era now. Then they wanted like a superhero that was undefeatable, and people weren't as cynical as they are in wrestling now. If you had Roman hold that belt for another 3 or 4 years, however long the record is, I think people would just give up on wrestling at a point. But when he lost it, people would go wild like they did for Bruno. So, yeah, that. My next opinion, I know I'm probably going to get some flack for, is the Becky Lynch. So I noticed something about Becky Lynch while she does promos, and ever since I've noticed it, I just can't watch her. I just don't like it. She constantly goes in between words. She'll be like, "You want to fight an Irish woman?" And it's just, Stop talking so hard. Stop making your breath get to a point when you've got to go in between words, because it's so noticeable. It's like when you notice Cody Rhodes' lisp, and he's like, I am going to be the WWE champion before you even know it. Talking like Walt Jr. from Breaking Bad. Come on, Cody. Come on, Becky. Focus on your mouth. It's coming from me. And I do that sometimes. My mouth moves to the side when I'm speaking. It's just, once you notice it, it's like it bugs you. It bugs you. I want to fight you for the women's champion. I don't know if this one is a popular or unpopular wrestling opinion, but I noticed, obviously watch like Cultaholic and What Culture Wrestling, you know, Parts Unknown, all the other wrestling YouTube channels. And it's kind of annoying how with LA Knight, people automatically put him into the US title category and then say, no, he doesn't deserve a world title. Last time I checked, the only thing that matters in wrestling is reactions and money. Reactions and money. How you get reactions out of people, like, and money. Like, if you watch Stone Cold, and Stone Cold was a wrestler, he wasn't a great wrestler. I think if you take a lot of the, like, Attitude Era superstars, they weren't, like, fantastic wrestlers. They were just good characters. And you watch the story, not so much the wrestling, the story was what you bought into. So why do you get a character like LA Knight, who is like one of the only, at the minute, on par superstars, who is a bit like Stone Cold or The Rock, an old school attitude character who says funny things naturally and makes you laugh and makes the whole crowd say catchphrases. And people go, oh, he's a catchphrase machine. I'd much rather watch a roster full of LA Knights than a roster full of The Miz, where they talk and have in-depth promo segments. I'd rather them just say a few catchphrases that I can walk around my kitchen making food going, yeah, over and over. I'd rather that. And that might just be me personally, but this is my opinions. I think that LA Knight is worthy of a world title just because he brings the merch in. Everybody loves him. And you can have people shouting catchphrases all the time. You've got it now when he hasn't even got a belt. Imagine if you put him at the poster, you put him at the front next to Roman Reigns. Have him saying, yeah, as long as you possibly can. Because you're running out of that kind of character, that kind of superstar. No one's got a catchphrase anymore. People are built on catchphrases. Wrestling is built on catchphrases. Get people to say the thing and then people say it in public. Like John Cena's invisible, haha, everyone loves it. Come on. It's kind of fitting that I get that build into that. And that is my next opinion is WWE has been ruined by the performance side of wrestling. You have too many people want to watch a good wrestling match that it ruins the wrestling. It ruins the show. Like, I don't want to see a bunch of cool flippy spots. I don't want to see anything like that. I just want to see something that I'm invested in. If you can have a good match alongside me being invested in it, fantastic. Watch The Undertaker vs Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25, where they both doing crazy, mad, flippy spots. No, they weren't. It was just a good, old school wrestling match with a good promo package and a good build up to the match. You cared because you wanted to see something happen. You wanted the characters to find the end to a story. I don't care if you put Ricochet versus Logan Paul and they both go, hoo, 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 woo. I don't care about that. I don't want to see that. I want to see something where I'm thinking, oh my god, Ricochet did this and he's had this build up. He wants to win. He wants to get to that point and get him there by fighting Logan Paul, who he's got the problem with. Make them meet a resolution in a match, and if not, have them build up to a bigger build-up, a bigger point when they reach the resolution. That's the whole point of wrestling. Right. I've been holding on to this one for a while. I'm about to shoot. I'm about to pull the gun out the hip and I'm about to shoot. Stop redoing the Daniel Bryan storyline. Because you do it every single WrestleMania, if not every 2 WrestleManias, and it's too predictable. Stop having the underdog fight the champion and win every single time. It doesn't work every single time, and I don't know why people still love it. Kofi Mania. Yeah, same thing. Daniel Bryan did it. Cody Rhodes is probably going to do it. You build up this guy who's never won a world title and you make it so predictable. Chad Gable's probably going to end up doing it as well. You get a guy who the fans love and you just slowly, and you make it too predictable. You do it at WrestleMania. He's going to win it at WrestleMania. So say, like I said earlier, LA Knight, if they get him and they build him up and they get to WrestleMania and they put him in the match, you know he's going to win. It's too predictable. You know that's it. You know that he's going to win it at WrestleMania. Same with Cody Rhodes. Last year, they threw a spanner in the works just to do it again, probably this year. It doesn't work. It's not exciting because you know it's going to happen. Especially with dirt sheets and all that. Oh, Roman's going to go and make films for a bit. And guess what's in a week? WrestleMania. Oh, is that right? So he's going to beat him then, isn't he? What's the point of me even watching it? Because I know what's going to happen. It's too predictable. Kofi Mania, you knew he was going to win it. And you can say, yeah, you tune in to watch it. It happened with Mankind. And it worked. It worked where everyone knew it was going to happen. And they watched it regardless to see the reaction. Yeah, but I don't want to see other people's reaction. I want to have my own reaction. And I can't because I already know what's going to happen. I already know what's coming next. It's just building on a predictable form of media. That what's the point of me even watching it when I just look at the card and I'll go, he wins, he wins, he wins, he wins, she wins, she wins, he wins. What's the point? What's the point? Right, I need to stop. I need to stop making this because I'm getting annoyed. Because these are things I'm passionate about, and I know people will disagree with me, and that's the worst part. I know people are going to comment, you are going to comment, and you're going to disagree with what I've got to say. But I hope that some of it you might have agreed with, and I hope that you enjoyed watching the video, and you got something out of this. Thanks for watching. I'm Liam SR. Tell me some of your controversial wrestling opinions in the comments. Much love. Yeah.